You are teleported into a game of your choice for a month. If you die in the game, you die in real life. But whatever you collect in the game you can keep in real life. Skills, magic, items, pets, clothes. What game do you pick? Play a Fire Emblem game on casual mode. Learn healing magic. Maybe get a legendary weapon if I'm lucky. If I'm defeated in battle I just retreat. Return to real world. Make a killing as a doctor who can heal any physical wound in seconds. Granted, you have to be there in person to heal someone. Your magic is so effective that it makes modern medicine obsolete. Instead of trying to advance medicine, doctors simply send the patients with the worst injuries to you, stopping the advancement of medicine for several decades. In addition, people from all over the world are vying for your attention to heal their loved ones. But because you can only be at one place at a time, many people who you could have saved die to their injuries, racking you with guilt. Eventually, so many people are pleading with you to heal their loved ones that you have to make a horrible choice. Continue to travel the world and heal people as a healing slave for the rest of your miserable existence. Or retreat from the world and allow hundreds of thousands of people you could have saved to die. Have fun. Which is why I don't show myself as a doctor but ducking Jesus. If it's 3H I can just also study black magic and throw a lighting or two at the guy that don't believe me. Also warp is a thing. See ya later virgins. Portal 2. That gunman. And the cake. Lego worlds. Even if the studs and items don't become real when I return, it'd still have a bunch of Legos. Also, low risk of dying. Half of this thread involves taking over the world and becoming immortal. Meanwhile, this dude is content with possibly getting a ton of Lego and will be happier with the outcome than anyone else on here. Dude, who couldn't be happy swimming in a sea of Lego. Pretty sure about one thing, my back and spine won't. Elite dangerous. It'll just play on solo and grind to get the best ship possible / bunch of ships. Come home and use them to explore the Iril galaxy. I may have to make an argument for Neverwinter or Elder Scrolls 3rd, Morrowind. Some seriously large magic systems. Though arguments could be made for a number of superhero games as well for powers. Anyone who thought of money first didn't think this through well. Superpowers and magic could get you enormous amounts of money after the fact. I was going to say Morrowind you can learn a lot of magic. Also you can get immunity to disease / aging by doing a little bit of the main quest. And you can become uncontrollably powerful in Lycanau by making potions. Drinking them and then making another potion that scales off your now boosted stats. Rinse and repeat. Off of memory. Bloat. Ash yams. And etch leather make fortify. Intelligence potions. All 3 are available in unlimited quantities in Sadrith Mora's Wolverine Hall. Drinking that potion makes you better at potion making, leading to more potent potions that you can drink to make yourself better at potion making. Once you hit about 2500 intelligence, enchanting items has 100% chance of success, no matter how powerful of an item you enchant. My personal magnum opus was the Helm of Totten, enchanted with the soul of a golden saint that I personally hunted down and soul captured. Enchanted with something like restore health 3 PTS / second, restore fatigue 5 PTS / second. The HP restoration wasn't enough to break the game, but was useful for the rest of it through both expansions. The fatigue restoration was enough that I couldn't tire unless I was going all out, running and attacking as fast as possible. Nintendogs. Haven't thought of that game in years. No one has. It was a special, weird moment for all of us. Portal. For that portal gun. Screw participating in the game. Just get the portal gun. And wait. I'd also be interested in those leg attachments that allow one to fall infinite distance with null effects. That's worth billions right there. The portal gun is worth trillions. TBH, I'd want to have the portal stuff mostly for this. The portal gun is pretty cool, but we are not sure how well it would work on regular stuff not coated in moon dust. So it would probably be most useful if I had access to enough grinded moon rocks to make a surface on which I can place a reliable portal. Then I'd need spacesuits and also a vacuum chamber to be able to go on the moon to collect more dust. Also I might get cancer, which kinda sucks. I would say just shoot a portal onto the moon. We all saw how that turned out. I mean, you could help NASA get landers to the moon in exchange for them collecting some moon dust for you. See if it works on Martian dust too. And see if we can use it to get a Mars colony started. After collecting some moon dust and helping out NASA, I'd probably just open a portal between two distant major economic hubs, say Amsterdam or London and San Francisco, and leave that portal open permanently and charge entry. Instant travel. Cheaper than a plane ticket. Even if it doesn't work on Mars dust, it will be much cheaper to launch spacecraft from the moon, and with a portal to the moon you can easily create a spaceship on the moon and launch from there. Then bring enough moon dust to Mars to place a new portal there when needed. Space exploration would advance by many decades. It's even better than a space elevator. Adventure capitalist or freaking cookie clicker. Why stop at one grandma? Cookie clicker doesn't even give you money. You'll just return with fuckload of cookies. Or literal portals to other dimensions. Rocket ships, which could be sold for quite a lot. Or magic towers. Yeah. But the only thing they'll produce is cookies. Civilization. Nothing happens as a turn takes 40 years. But then you get nuked by Gandhi. Gets nuked by Gandhi for 40 consecutive years. This is fine. The Sims free play, they just don't die. That is kind of smart. You could just learn IRL skills like programming and get a great job because of it. Play chess for a few hours and become a world-class scientist. Checkmate education system. Why isn't chess required in school? Question mark. We need more scientists. Goat Simulator. Only right answer. Counterpoint. Untitled Goose Game. Ima get a rake. Rake in the lake. Scribble notes. Maximum's notebook would be damn powerful. Great idea. This is one of the most genius ideas. And then I could finally get that big titty goth girlfriend. But titty would get crossed out and you would be left with a 20 feet tall madly in love goth. If we follow the logic of the game. Death by Snoo. Homeworld. A self-sustaining colony ship with mining and production facilities of all kinds. Research bases. Carriers. And a hyperdrive system. I'd never have to work again and could advance technology by millennia. My first thought was Sins of a Solar Empire for the same reason. Conservative estimates of the value of a phase drive are probably in the trillions because whoever controls the design controls asteroid mining. And even after the inevitable market crashes in gold and platinum, it'll still be a ludicrous sum. And that's not even including all the nanotech Vasari, the faction I mained, have. I remember that game. Wasn't that from Stardock or SMTH? Stardock published. Ironclad developed. This game will make you come in 40 seconds. What do you do with the rest of your month? Oh no, I'm there for a month my friend. So do you come every 40 seconds for a month then? Now you're starting to understand lol. In a standard 30-day month you would ejaculate 800 times. The mean amount of semen per ejaculation is 7 milliliters of ejaculate. Assuming that you could pull off this amount every time, this means that you will create roughly 63 gallons of baby gravy. Those blue plastic children's pools are maybe 20 to 25 gallons, so you could fill 3 of them. Terraria. And make it expert just for good measure. Come back to the world wearing a worm scarf riding a UFO. Seems pretty good, but also 2-dimensional. Or you could come back dead by a slime. RuneScape. Lots of actually useful skills to learn. Lots of money to be made. Pretty easy to avoid dying in combat, and it would only be made easier because I wouldn't have the stupid click input lag the system has that is actually 10 times harder to deal with than any actual content. Finally found it. Glad someone posted this. RuneScape would also be generally quaint and peaceful if you just set up shop as a Fletcher somewhere in the gnome village or something. So many cool skills. Not the least of which are magic. The problem is the 1 month limit. Gonna need to spend a lot of time leveling up. The month limit wouldn't be a problem. Think about just how much skilling you can do while playing for a month straight. Your RuneScape character doesn't need to sleep. You as a person do. If we say there's 31 days in a month, to give us a little bit more time, then you could be skilling for 744 hours. That's more hours than I have in the game over several years. You'd be totally set to be super op with tons of real life skills at your disposal. When you get out, you'd be like a walking factory. Shit man. I could get maybe 44 Una crafting in that time. Enough to start doing an ad run or two. I'd play one of these shitty build your own dream home games on mobile. I'll get a lot of awesome stuff for my home and garden and I cannot die. That is extremely smart. But I got a slightly better one. The Sims. Get your dream home with ship that you could never get in real life. Acquire a gamed telescope in the garden or rocket or a scarecrow that lives. Master skills like the guitar or programming in a few hours or become a ref/king wizard. Exclamation mark. Edit forgot to say there is a slight chance of death. You will die trying to make a salad. Salads are safe. It's the mac and cheese that will light your world up. Or the damn grilled cheese. Adventure capitalist. In a month you own 100x the amount of value on earth. This is smart. I used to stick dried dog turds up my ass when I was 13. My roommate doesn't know this and she pranked me by emptying a bag of dried dog turds onto my bed. I'm not sure whether or not I should spend them on sticking them up again or selling them as fertilizer. Can I do both? You will be Earth's economy. There's enough ship in my bed to stack a pile up from Earth to the moon and Mars. I don't think their economies are developed enough though. Sims. Duck it. I can get myself a hot wife and the best looking house and be rich as duck. She only speaks in gibberish. Yay. But the woohoo is great. She just hides under the blanket and moves around a bit. Unless mods are allowed. Laughs in Wicked Whims. Don't ask me how I know the name. If Wicked Whims is allowed. Imda Kinja Verion but not the teams. Too easy. Saints Row. You have a trap ton of superpowers in that game. I want that dubstep gun. Oh and the superpowers are fine too, I guess. Obviously Minecraft so I can bring back shiploads of dirt. Bring a 64 cubic meter of dirt for me too. But when you come back you would have like hundreds or thousands of tons of stuff somewhere on you. And your spine would just shatter. Shulker box. Sigh. Probably WoW. It makes sense. Stay to the old expansion areas and you are unkillable. When you get back you have millions of gold, hundreds of mounts, hundreds of pets, and ungodly power, no matter what class you are. So torn between a druid, a priest and a lock. Shappa shifting / mind control / demonic slaves. Lock for the succubus for sure. Make yourself a mage. Make sure you also bring back your Hearthstone. You can now make portals to every major destination and instantly teleport home for free. On top of that you can infinitely spawn and food / drinks by the hundreds. Not only would you eat free for life, but you can do whatever you want with the excess. You can also turn people you don't like into an assortment of animals for giggles. And those are just the Coel improvements. Exactly. Whatever game I'd pick something that can give me powers that can also be used for things like that. Not just combat. Plague Incorporated. So, you did this. No Man's Sky. Get a fleet of spaceships that can travel between stars in seconds. Okay, in my opinion you have the best one. You could sell it to the government for enough money for you or your kids and their kids for eternity and you would go down in history as one, if not the smartest person who ever lived, and you would be the reason we make contact with alien life. Maybe I'm pessimistic, but I feel like the government would just seize it from you and you might just disappear into a secret prison where they interrogate you to find out how you built it or where you got it. Close bracket. You can get a lot of ships in game and even a massive freighter that you could live on indefinitely. Just sell one to Elon Musk under the table for a few billion and disappear into the galaxy after buying supplies. Not like you can't keep your suit and tools too. I'd defy any government to make me disappear on the moon. Nevertheless, Mars or Proxima Centauri, the old Musky bailout. Not a bad plan. Lol. Stardew Valley. Give me a month and I come back with a purple sword, purple boots, purple wife, a chest full of diamonds and a horde of highly trained truffle pig finders. Purple wife. I see you are also a man of culture. Witcher 3. With my awesome Gwent skills, I'll be a millionaire. I'll try to avoid the drowners and ship. How about some Gwent? Nuts. Fuck. Winds howling. Looks like rain. Minecraft. If you're not dicking around too much, It's easy to stay alive. And a 1 meter cube of gold would be worth just a touch over $1 billion. $1. 045. 521. 120 at current prices. Just play creative and you can't die. Plus you come back knowing how to fly. Won't you also come back being able to spawn a material whenever you want? Yes. But you'd also come back being immortal. You will live on as everyone you've ever known dies. Even your own kids. At some point you will have done everything you possible can. You will live on for billions of years as the sun dies and kills our solar system. Humanity will be gone. Our planet will be gone. The only thing left is you. As you float around in space for billions and billions of years. All alone. Yeah, but if I can spawn whatever material I want and I'm immortal, I could spend a few billion years making a new sun. And this new sun would have blackjack and hookers. Sun 2.0 makes the sun look like a loser. Bet it doesn't even have Wi-Fi. The Sims. I'd just be hitting them off a load. Minecraft. Coming out with multiple cubic meters of pure gold and emeralds. And the strength to carry them, I'd be a god. And nothing says you can't play creative. That was my instant answer. I mostly just play creative / peaceful survival, and the amount of gold / diamond / emerald I could collect for myself in that time could crash the entire global economy. That's not even talking about modded Minecraft, where materials can mine themselves and collect stuff like copper or platinum, or the enchanted items you could create and bring back to the real world. The amount of gold / diamond / emerald I could collect for myself in that time could crash the entire global economy. Calm down. Mansa Musa. Crash the economy. Now it would just make those minerals worthless. Portal 2. I recently dropped a hammer on my head hard enough to draw blood that flooded my eyes. And I wasn't even using it. Just putting it away. I'm gonna say there's a duckload of wasted off myself in Portal. Whoa, is there a story or freak accident? And are you okay? Now that sounds awful. Scalps bleed a lot. I can confirm this. Got a new car. They pulled it up and handed me the keys. I went to put something in the trunk and nailed my head on the trunk latch. It took a few seconds for the blood to start, so my car was fine. But the dealership looked like a murder scene. Nico Atsum. Cats for days. Duck it. Dark Souls. Depending on what counts as death, Dark Souls could actually be not your worst choice, since you are effectively and canonically immortal. So if only final deaths count, and you manage to complete all games in the given time, you would come back as an immortal Ubermensch with superior magical skills and a pile of epic stuff for cosplays. So yeah. Duck it. Dark Souls FTW. And when you lose purpose in your immortal life, you don't even need meth or the likes to turn you into a mindless husk. The Dark Sin does it for you. Goodbye. Then, be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow. Try tongue butthole. Destiny. Ima get me that necrogasm. Even though the chances of dying is 99%. I'm a big Destiny player. I was wondering, what does death mean in Destiny? If I'm not in a darkness zone and my ghost can revive me, would I still die in real life? If revivable deaths don't count, I'm in. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.